Ophelia.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Eris.
And we are Nacho-Average family getting ready to homestead in the Yucatan. Currently, we live in Merida. We own a casona, but we've decided that city life isn't for us, so we're going to be selling our casona and we're going to be moving to the country and buying a ranch or a farm.
So since we moved here in August, we've gotten a lot of questions from people who just want to know like what our lives are like, you know, like everyday stuff. So we're going to answer those questions.
So, full disclosure, the questions are in this little magical bowl. Obviously, I had to write them down to put them in the bowl, so I know the questions in advance. These guys don't. So let's see how we do on these questions. Eris, want to go first?
Yes.
Question 1.
We don't even know who it's for.
Jim.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Over the years, I've loved seeing all your Connecticut projects and renovations. What's been your most challenging project so far in the Yucatan?
Well, the most challenging project was painting the ceiling with all the little wood pieces in the ceiling. The actual ceiling was white and the wood pieces are brown, and that wasn't so bad. They're 20 feet up in the air and there's over 1,000 of them.
We should back up and we should say that we can't show you the ceiling because we're outside, but in the ceiling, what they use for the beams, are they?
Yeah.
They're the
support beams.
Yeah, the train tracks from the old Hennecken plantations. So picture like train tracks, not like ties, but the actual tracks running through your ceiling. And how many were there altogether?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000. So that was a challenging one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next question for Jim again.
Oh boy.
Have you learned any new Mexican remodeling or construction techniques you didn't know in Connecticut?
That's a good one.
Well, I don't know if it's really construction, but I learned that if you water dry ground, grass grows, and it grows like wild. And also that once you put the water down, worms pop up and worms are good for soil.
The grass like comes out of nowhere.
Well,
Yeah.
Eris, want to share our grass story?
We had grass when we looked at the house originally to buy it. There was a nice lawn, and then when we came back for like the closing, you know, when we were like checking everything, we were like,
look-see, whatever
we
they
were
call
like,
it.
what? Where'd the grass go? So the guy, when he took everything out of the house, took the grass for real.
Pulled it out by the roots.
Like really.
And people actually said to us, "Oh, you should have had that in your contract." And we were like, "Really? In your contract, you have to say that the grass has to stay with the house?" So we've learned a lot since we've been here.
And then the grass started growing. We got chickens and we let them out, and the chickens ate all the grass as it came out of the ground. Now the chickens are in. We put water on the same soil and it's growing. So
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Okay, should I pick one?
Sure.
Okay. This is all of us. This is for all. So, how's the ranch hunt going? Who wants to start with that one, Eris?
Well, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of different towns during our ranch hunt. But I think if you've seen our videos before, you know that the problem is that like it's kind of hard to find like a giant piece of land with a
decent house.
Yeah. Like there's like houses that are really, really cool, like old, historic with like no land, or there's like a giant like 300-acre ranch with like a little, like you call like a cowboy house. So we're trying to find something that like doesn't exist really.
Right. And a cowboy house really is possibly a room with 4 walls, maybe a bathroom, maybe not. And you know, the cows are within feet of the window or the door.
If not in the house.
Right. And some of them are in the house.
So you might have reached the conclusion that we're sort of slowly arriving at, that it's possible Jim Urban might be building his first house. He's done a lot of additions and huge projects and huge renovations, but he might be building his first house. It might come to that.
We will see.
We will see. Yes. How about Jim, you pick one.
This one is blank.
No, it's not.
Do you guys speak Spanish?
No.
I'm very bad at it, but I try.
You do try.
No, more than try.
He
Jim's
does
like
a good job, like going to like Home Depot, going to like all these stores. He like somehow communicates with people and always gets what he needs.
No,
so.
he's like putting himself down.
The funniest story I have with that is I went to a construction store, and this woman behind the counter really didn't want to help me because she didn't speak English and she didn't want to try with me. I stayed there and I laughed inside, and I had made her help me. Then I went out to my car and I didn't make it all the way, and I forgot something, so I went back in. When I went back in, I let people in front of me go so I would get her again. And I got her again, and I made her help me a second time, which really made me laugh. So.
No, but gotta say, Jim is really, really, really faithful about doing his Duolingo. Like he's so faithful. It's like he's going to a job over. No, so he really is trying.
He has like
I'm not
really,
trying at all.
really random conversations with people, so it's kind of impressive.
No, I mean really, he's accomplished.
And goes on little like field trips with our neighbors to like the scrapyard and stuff. So.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
And Eris?
I do speak Spanish. I learned some in school, but living here, it's like that's where you really practice your Spanish. And one thing I had trouble with was like slang, but since I've joined my little roller skating club, I've been learning a lot more of that. So they teach me all kinds of like weird sentences and slang and funny stuff. Like something I learned yesterday was like if someone's being really, really dramatic, like they're like, oh, poor me, my life's so bad. You say something that's like, go slit your wrist with animal crackers, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
So things like that you don't learn in school. You learn from like being here.
I think a funny one also is that Yaris is in a roller skating club, and there's some guy who's trying to find roller skates, but I guess he has really, really wide feet. And we don't know if it's just this particular guy or in general. They say if you have wide feet, they call it having tamale feet. So I think that's kind of funny. But Eris also is putting herself down. Eris is fluent.
Yes.
Eris is fluent. She really is.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. Let's see. Delia, okay. I know your family follows the blood type diet. Are you still able to follow it in Mexico? Well, we're following it. I say it's a little bit trickier because if you've been to Mexico, you know that corn, which well, first of all, let me back up. So we follow the blood type diet. We're all blood type B. When you're on the blood type diet, there's foods that are avoid, there's foods that are neutral, and there's foods that are beneficial. So for us, two of our big avoids are corn and pork. Well, if you've been to Mexico, corn and pork are like a staple of their diet.
Especially in the Yucatan, pork's like a big thing.
But in a good way, something that we're supposed to be eating that's beneficial, which was very, very hard for us to find in Connecticut, is goat. But our pal Omar, who you've probably all heard about Omar, he's been supplying us with goat. So yes, we're sticking to it. We have to make a little bit of adjustments, but it's going okay. Would you say? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Eris.
Question for me. What's dating like in Mexico? Well, the first date I ever went on in Mexico, that was like 3 weeks after we first got here. That was like the scariest experience of my whole life. Like, I've done some scary things, and I'm kind of into doing scary things because it makes you not scared of things in the future.
True.
But this was like, because the guy like didn't speak English at all, and I was like, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to talk to this guy only in Spanish on a date, and like I don't even know where I'm going, and like I just got here 3 weeks ago. He was really, really nice. And once I did that, I was like, okay, I can conquer anything in my life. So
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel about going to stores. I go to the store and I conquer it, and then I move on to the next one.
It's true.
So.
They're both very good about that stuff. Yeah. My turn? Okay. Eris, as an herbalist, what New England herbs do you miss the most?
the things I really miss the most are like the weeds of New England, like
Yeah.
things that were just so easy to find in fields or in like the sides of roads or things like that, like mugwort, nettle, yarrow, violet, all those kind of things that I don't know if I took for granted, but it was just like so easy to find them. And like, yes, plants exist here, but it's just like a totally different world I don't know that much about yet, so I have to learn more about that.
Right, but you will, and it'll be good.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I will read the next one. Oh, this one's blank too.
No, it's not.
What's the best thing you've eaten so far in the Yucatan?
I have two answers.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Number one, we found this Lebanese place where they have these
yeah.
like really good like beef empanada kind of things
Okay, I don't
with
know
like
if that
ground
does that
meat.
count?
They're really, really, really. I would eat them every day of my life. And also, there's really good apple cheesecake.
Okay, I don't know if that counts. Does that count? I would say my favorite. I'm gonna pick something that actually like a Mexican food. So I would say we like going to this place that serves gringas. Explain what a gringa is, Ours.
It's like a flour tortilla, and then there's cheese, and then there's like some kind of meat, beef, pork, chicken, whatever. And then you can put on onions, limes, pineapple, whatever.
Yeah, the place. So that's the one time when we do kind of break our thing, and we do eat some wheat with the tortilla. So we get mega gringa sirloins, and what we like about the particular place that we go to is that I'm not really into onions, but they have an onion pineapple combo you put on the gringa.
Those are really good.
So those are good.
And some garlic
I would say
sauce.
that's my favorite thing here.
And then my favorite restaurant is Mr. Papa's.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like a buffet, and you can get all kinds of stuff. It's a good buffet, and they have probably 10 different meats going around. Anything from chicken to sausage to beef to goat, and you can get it whatever you want.
Like a commercial for Mr. Pompous.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Good.
Our final
Oh,
question.
Okay.
For Amelia,
Oh.
how come you changed your name from Grounded Good Wife to Grounded Good Life? Great name, by the way.
Oh, good question. So as many of you know, Eris and I, for years, we have been Grounded Good Wife. But since our lives changed, we really decided, okay, it was time to change the whole idea. I have to say, now I'm going to tell you how we came up with this idea. So, I don't think anybody knows this except for one person, Allen, our realtor. We were interviewed to be on that TV show, House Hunters International, which, by the way, is a totally fake show. So I guess they didn't like us because they didn't call us back to do the show. But then we started thinking, at that point we knew that we were going to be selling our house. So we thought, why don't we just do our own kind of version of House Hunters International and let people follow us along on our actual, true, authentic, really truly happening house hunt for a ranch or for a farm. So we decided now it's the three of us and it's together. It's not just Eris and it's not just me. It's the three of us. So we decided, wow, Grounded Good Wife is now going to become Grounded Good Life and encompass all three of us.
There you go.
So hope we answered some questions for you about Mexico. Actually, I should say Mexico, about the Yucatan.
If you have any more, let us know.
Yes, and I'll update you with construction concerns or projects.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.